Hi everybody, it's Ramona again from Connect to Your Angels. I hope you've had a great weekend. We're getting ready to start another week in July. This month is flying by, and I just wanted to start this week's message by giving you guys a little heads up and a reminder that it is back to Mercury retrograde. So if you're not familiar with what that is, Mercury is a planet of communication, and about 3 times a year for about 3 weeks at each time it goes retrograde, which means it kind of spins the opposite way. And what happens with that is it can wreak all kinds of havoc in anything to do with communication, with travel, with electronics. All kinds of weird and wonky things happen during Mercury retrograde. So during this time right now, I believe it goes to August the 6th. I want you guys just to give yourself some extra time. If you're traveling, make sure that's imperative that you do that. What else? To check your details twice before doing things, and to be prepared for some kind of miscommunication issues to come up. So you'll need to have a little bit more patience than usual over the next little bit. Mercury retrograde, though, is a great time to release anything that isn't really serving you, and also to take stock of some ideas that you've had or thoughts that have been coming to you, and determine if they are, if they make sense for you and if they are actually of your highest good. So you don't want to start anything new, or if, God forbid, you don't want to sign any kind of stuff on the dotted line with regard to major purchases or any kind of decisions during the Mercury retrograde time. But instead, it's a good time to look back over things and finish up anything that's unfinished. So I just wanted to give you that awareness, because, awareness is half the battle when you're dealing with that. Like I said, especially if you're traveling, because it can be stressful enough. So just to make sure you do give yourself some extra time with that. So this week, we're going to work with the beautiful fairy cards. I think the fairies want to come out and play. So this is your weekly angel reading for July the 16th to the 22nd. So I'm going to go ahead and start to shuffle the cards, and we'll see what the fairies want and the angels would like for you to know here this week. Quick note, if you're in the Calgary area, I'm working down at our Angels tomorrow, which is actually the start of the week, Monday the 16th. So if you're around the area of Marda Loop, you can come in and say hi or book a reading. It'd be great to connect with some of you people who've been my fans. It'd be nice to meet you face to face. So, all right, so here we go. Oop, this one just jumped right out. Okay, so we have that one for the beginning of the week, and this one for the middle, and this card here we'll pick for the end of the week. All right, so let's begin. Ooh, I like this one. Assertiveness, standing up for your beliefs for the beginning of the week. So this is actually the card for Monday and Tuesday. I just want to wait till this camera adjusts. There we go. So you can see it sort of nice and clearly. So assertiveness. It says, stand up for your beliefs and only say yes if you really want to. I know that's a hard concept for a lot of people, especially for women, because we tend to just, yes, yes, yes. We want to please everybody, and we just keep taking on more, taking on more, taking on more. But it's about realizing it's okay to set boundaries, to set healthy boundaries. It's like hygiene, like you got to take care of your body. And so it's not making you, bitchy or anything like that. In fact, you're actually going to serve as a role model for other people who kind of watch you. So if they see you kind of sticking up for yourself, that's going to empower them to kind of take the same stance, and you may have like a bit of a domino effect on people, and it kind of keeps rolling out in a positive fashion. More people will be like, wow, she can do that, I can too, and I probably should have done a long time ago. So making sure that you're not going to add anything more to your plate. Life's busy enough. It's okay to speak up for yourself. So that's a reminder. And if you need help, again, there's a beautiful card. If you need help to speak your truth or into finding the right words, call on Archangel Gabriel, who is the communication angel. So actually, I'm glad that came up, because I wanted to remind you in this time of Mercury retrograde, when communication can go a little haywire, you may want to be working a little more with Archangel Gabriel over the next 3 weeks or so, okay? So just keep that in mind. For any communication issues, that's who you can work with. All right, for the middle of the week, we have daughter, this lovely little girl on there, little girl fairies. Okay, let me just back up here so I can read it. So if you are questioning anything to do with a daughter or a daughter figure, this is validation, or you have like a worry about that. Okay, so this is saying, first of all, the angels don't like you to worry. They want you to turn any worry into prayer by saying in front of it, God, please help me with. All right, but if you're not concerned right now with an issue that relates to a daughter or daughter figure, this is more pertaining to letting your inner little girl or boy come out to play. I think a lot of you have been really serious over the last little while, and this kind of keeps repeating itself too. I think we had this last week or the week before. The message is about doing things that bring you joy. And again, we're stuck in the mindset of, when I have time, then I'll be able to get to that, right? A lot of us work really, really hard. 52 weeks out of the year, you get what, 2 weeks vacation, 3 weeks vacation? That's supposed to, de-stress you. I don't think that really makes sense. I see it more like you need to de-stress on a day-to-day basis, right? Do things that kind of make you happy, make your heart sing, bring you joy, something that you're truly passionate about. And again, it doesn't have to be something that's a big outlay of money or a big outlay of time. If you like to read, just pick up a book, read a couple pages. If you like to do something crafty with your hands, find a few minutes just to work a little bit on a project or whatever. If you like to play music or listen to music, do those things. If you just like to be outside in nature and go for a walk, go for a walk. Some people think, it's not worth my while to go just for, 15, 20 minutes. But actually, yes, it is worth your while. Any time that you spend outside is great because it helps you to connect better with spirit. So do those things that bring you joy. Think back to when you were a kid and what really made you happy. Like, what is your favorite childhood memory? And that's really a good indication of how to start to infuse your life with some of the fun, right? Whether it was go for a bike ride or draw hopscotch and chalk on the sidewalk and play hopscotch. Whatever it is, and, even if it seems really foolish, just try to do those things. Let that kid out to play because it's been too long. Okay, so now we have the end of the week. Ooh, I like this one. It says, where are we here? Express your individuality. Let me back up so you can see the whole card. Whoops, I always get this wrong here. Okay, there we go. Now we can see it. Allow your true self to shine because you're awesome. Darn right you are. Look at that. See that lady on there? She's colorful. She's got her hat on with the flower in it and all kinds of stuff. So this is about allowing your authentic self to come out, and kind of ties in with some of these other cards here that we were talking about, the assertiveness and things like that. Express who you are. You've been keeping your real self under wraps for too long, and now it's time to let yourself out, to play, to express your individuality, all those wonderful things, especially as you go into the weekend. That's a great time to, let your true self shine, just like the card says. Don't keep it under wraps anymore. Right now, what the world needs is a sharing of ideas and expression of ideas. We don't need people stuffing it down and keeping it in. So, if you feel like you're an undercover light worker out there, it's time to come out of the spiritual closet and know that it's fine and safe to do that. And I can speak from experience because I know what it's like when you're closeted and you're thinking, oh gosh, if people only knew, what it is that I really am and things like that. But the world really needs you right now. So don't keep that inside. If you like to connect with angels and do readings for people, or if you're into, another modality, whether it's hands-on healing, Reiki, crystal therapy, whatever it is, numerology, astrology, whatever it is, then, this is prompting you that now it's the time to maybe make that move and to know that it's going to be okay on the other side of that fear barrier that's been holding you back. Again, we hear the word fear, we know who to call on. That's Archangel Michael. Get him to come help you to remove that fear, to bolster your courage and your confidence. And imagine yourself with his shield and his sword, and you're standing so much stronger. You've got that big shield in front of you. You've got the sword in your hand. Know that there's nothing, that can stop you. You're basically unstoppable. So that's the messages for this coming week. I hope you have a great one. Just be prepared for some hiccups because of the Mercury retrograde. And again, technology can kind of break down. You can have problems with your computer, so make sure you're backing everything up. And just to be prepared. So have a great week, guys. I will see you real soon. Bye now.